My name is Raghav Mulshi, but I always love when people call me Raghu because that is what he used to call me, the person closest to my heart, my grandfather. He was a very old man. Still, I stayed with him because there was nobody else in the world whom I'd call mine. But even he decided to leave me when I turned 20. Back then, I was still doing my education. I had no job that would earn me some cash. When he passed away, I cried for days. I didn't even leave the house. I did not know what to do next. There was no one close enough to guide me through it. My future seemed dark. Despite being old, my grandpa Vijay Mulshi knew very well how to manage his life all by himself. Not only that, he managed things for me in such a way that I never felt the burden of doing tasks that no normal kid with living parents would do. This felt good while growing up, but it was actually bad. I grew up being very much dependent on him. Legally, I was an adult when he passed away, yet it felt as if I was still 10 years old. I knew nothing that was required to live a life all by myself. Most of the time we spent together were happy memories. There was just one bitter thing that he insisted me on doing. He used to always tell me to clean my room. Clean your room. Raghu, clean your room. Raghu, when are you going to clean your room? Raghu. It was only those times I used to curse him, grumpy old man, and ignore whatever he had to say to me. Sometimes I used to just storm out of the house, leaving my space as it was. One night, he came to my room. I was studying for some test that was going to happen the next day. He stood there silently for some time until I rudely reacted to his presence. Earlier that morning, we had yet another argument regarding cleaning. When I looked, he smiled and said, "Remember this, Raghu, when you don't know what to do, just clean your room." He said them like some wise words, but it was nothing new, so I shrugged it away. Little did I know, these would be his last words to me. After he was gone, I was alone in the house. It had been many weeks that the house was not cleaned. It was dark, dusty, dirty. I didn't let anybody inside the house. No maids, no neighbors, and no distant relatives. I ate whatever was left in the kitchen. There were neighbors wanting to offer me help, but I didn't let them. The last refrigerated bottle of milk that was left in the house. When I took it out, it slipped from my hand and fell on the floor. I simply froze, staring at the mess I had made. Instinctively, I picked a rag and went on my knees. I knew what I was supposed to do, still, I didn't know where to begin. I threw the cloth in the pool of milk and started wiping. As it turns out, instead of cleaning, I was spreading the white sticky liquid all over the kitchen floor. At one point, I gave up and suddenly burst into tears, yelling at the spilled milk. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I threw the cloth on the side and slapped the floor, making the liquid spread even more. Suddenly, I felt the urge to drink something. When I realized the fridge is now empty, for a moment, there, I actually considered licking the milk off the dirty floor. That was the lowest point of my life. Fortunately, I didn't do it. In that position, I simply closed my eyes and continued to cry, uttering the words, "I don't know what to do, I don't know what to do, I don't know what to do." That's when it hit me, the wise last words of my grumpy old man. When you don't know what to do, just clean. So I started cleaning from my study desk. I played old songs that we used to sing and continued to clean on the tune. It felt so good. For the first time, I was doing the cleaning by myself, willingly. Once that was done, I cleaned the rest of my room. It was late in the night, but I didn't care to keep track of time. Sun came up and went down. I don't know how many times. I simply focused on the task at hand. There was not a moment that I felt bored. While my hands continued to clean, my mind went down the memory lane, remembering the times when I watched my grandfather do this chore on a daily basis. I simply remembered the way he used to do it and mimicked his actions. In no time, I was done with cleaning of the entire house. I don't know how, but I did it. After so many days, the place looked the way it used to when he was around. The only thing that was out of place was me. I could see him watching me with a disgusted look on his wrinkly old face. Before I started to hallucinate him yelling at me, I went for a bath. That night, I felt the true satisfaction of being clean. I was talking to myself when in the shower. For the first time, I know everything there is in the house. Not only that, the cleaning process was therapeutic. I no longer felt the fear of being alone. This was the opportunity to resume my life, to work hard and build on the legacy he left behind for me. While bathing, another thought occurred to me. Was this the only reason he told me to clean the house? Or is there more to it than I know? Despite cleaning the entire house, there was one place I did not touch: my grandpa's cupboard. He was always secretive about what he kept in this cupboard. He never let me look inside. He shouted whenever I tried. That's why I thought it was a place better left untouched. Still, I opened it after bath. That was the right thing to do, because all this time, he was preparing this cupboard for me. Inside, there were hundreds of letters written by him addressed to me. I read them all, no matter how long it took. In it, he had mentioned that he knows he can be there for me forever, which is why he has been writing these letters since the year my parents died. Compiled together, these letters were a crash course to adult life. In a matter of couple of hours, that grumpy old man's letters had turned me, a young, dependent boy, into a confident, independent man. His last letter was a will that he was presenting to me. He said in that, "Raghu, all the money I have hard earned over the many years of my life is enough to keep you happy and satisfied for your entire life. But that's not what I want. In this will, I have left sufficient amount of my assets that will support you until you start earning by yourself. The rest, I want you to give it to a charity. This is the only copy of my will, and now it's for you to decide what to do with it. I hope you choose wisely." I did choose wisely, and I am proud of it. Many years later, now, I have this place as my own to live with my family, my wife and 2 kids, the people most precious to me today. Now, I can say that I am living a happy life. But life is unpredictable. That is why I am writing this letter, the first one for you, my children. I hope such a situation won't arise until you are ready to face the world. But if it does, I hope these letters help. Finally, I want you to remember these wise words that once changed my life. Please like and subscribe to this channel and comment your thoughts about this story. Also, if you like my storytelling style, then you can hire my services via Fiverr or support this channel via Patreon. Please stay subscribed because soon I'll come with another story. Till then, thank you.